coming up.
The U.S. is a big target.
Is Skynet close to happening?
It will happen.
We take a close look at hackers.
There's a computer, we're gonna hack it.
Botnets.
You are infected.
And the resistance fighters trying to prevent Judgment Day.
There are Chinese servers controlling U.S. infected bots.
Plus,
We gotta get out. This is real, baby.
what's being done about the zombie apocalypse.
We are prepared for the undead to return to eat the living.
We meet a group that's taking up arms and preparing for the worst.
I'm the most qualified mom out there to blow your brains away.
That's next, as G4 goes underground.
We found a group in Louisiana that isn't just talking about what will happen when the dead come back to life and the living have to fight to survive and keep their delicious brains intact. They are doing something about it. Are they serious or seriously insane? Our G4 Underground team got a crash course on how to survive the zombie apocalypse.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder. It's hard for us here to believe what we're reporting to you, but it does seem to be a fact. When this emergency first began, radio and television was advising people to stay inside, behind locked doors for safety. Well, that situation has now changed, and we're able to report a definite course of action for you.
Becca, Phil called. It's on. Come on.
The first aid bag is by the door.
No, we don't need that.
No, let's go.
Kira, it's on. Let's go.
What?
It's on.
We gotta get out. This is real, baby.
Chaz, come on.
Come on, buddy.
Bye-bye. Yes, time to go bye-bye.
Let me drive. You're too slow. Get me.
All right, let's go get the guns. Come on, we don't have that much time.
Yeah, come on, buddy.
Okay, take this and go.
Just got the word. We are meeting at the Bravo rally. We are not meeting at Alpha. We are meeting at Bravo.
Great time, Zapped.
When the zombie apocalypse happens, we will survive because we run drills like these. This is why me and Phil meet all the time to discuss the logistics of our plan, because that's important that everyone knows every step in the plan and what their job is. I'm Christopher Slim, founder of Zapped, the Zombie Attack Preparedness Team. Our group's main purpose is to survive a zombie apocalypse.
Remember, guys, we don't want to be the ones sitting and waiting for somebody to come and save us and to come and help us, because most likely, that's never going to come. And it's been proven over and over again that no one is coming to help, and nobody cares. You are on your own, but you're on your own together. If we are prepared for the undead to return to life and eat the living, we are prepared for anything. My name is Phil Fry. I am the second in command of Zapped, and I am the commander of Stud, which is the combat and tactical arm of Zapped. Stud's a five-man team. Two of us are going to be bearing AR-15 assault rifles.
Even the people that are not prepared can feel safe in knowing that those who are ready will take care of them, especially during the dangerous parts of evacuation.
The reason that I believe in Stud and founded Stud as a wing of Zapped is to make sure that we can ensure the survivability of everyone in the group. Because when we can build our own little city in the woods and function cohesively but autonomously, then We'll be all right. I think we'll be all right.
We are leaders of this group as a whole, but you as individuals are leaders of the group at home. And you need to prepare yourselves and your family as leaders of the groups at home.
As a member of ZAPT, I'm not here to be a zombie extermination service. I'm not here to rid the world or even my town of zombies. I'm here to protect myself and my loved ones and other teammates and survive.
Oh, this bike been sitting up too long.
You shoot a zombie right here, you're not getting anywhere near the brain. I mean, basically, in the front, you have a 2-inch strip around the eyes and up through the sinuses. Anywhere in there, that's gonna hit brain, and that strip pretty much goes all the way around the back of the head. So, you know, aim for the center mass of the head. You'll get your brain disruption and your, I don't know, I guess re-kill. If you're coming after Zapt, Zapt is my family. It's those words are synonymous for me. I think Zapt, I think family, and it is my job to protect those people, and I will do so to the bitter end.
Well, I think the one that it's going to be is going to be a viral, chemical, biological type of zombie outbreak, much like you see in some of the games and some of the movies that are out.
We don't really think there's going to be a zombie outbreak in the city next to us. We see it coming from overseas, and that's what scares us the most.
Yeah, well, if anybody in the group does turn into a zombie, you know, it is encouraged that they get taken out.
Oh, immediately.
So that includes me, that includes you, unfortunately.
I love you.
I love you too.
But we'd still kill each other.
Yeah.
So.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah. Just don't touch me after I'm dead, okay?
Something I wanted to mention, of course, is that everybody in Zapt is prepared. We can all make fire. We can all treat wounds for the most part. But what's imperative to remember is that you guys are having a baby soon, and I know of, you know, more than anyone at this table except Kira, how much preparedness that takes. You have to prepare your house, you have to prepare your life. It changes everything. But you need to be ready to have that baby in the woods, should that happen. Do you guys think that you're prepared?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
No,
not.
we're not prepared.
I guess for a young, like a newborn, you'd want to pack like a triple-sized diaper bag just to get you through the first 72 hours of trying to figure out what you could substitute. Other than that, you know, humans, Neolithic man made it without all the bullshit we have nowadays. So with all the support and stuff from this group, you'll be all right. My position in SAPT is running up the rear, kind of like the mama bear to the children. I've got the pack, I've got the house, I've got the first aid kit. If all of Stud is gone and all of Zapt is gone and there's nobody left to protect, it's me standing between the undead and the children with my 357 and the shot. You know, you put a woman with a lot of confidence and courage behind a 357, you've got a force to be reckoned with. I'm the most qualified mom out there to blow your brains away.
Coming up.
And nobody's ever ready for the apocalypse.
That's next on G4 Underground.
You have to be able to provide for yourself shelter, water, fire, food. And in an undead world scenario, the fifth is personal defense. We need to get our muscle memory down, our dexterity down. We need to make that weapon become a part of us. We need to all get better, because I'm not as good as I can possibly be. Hopefully it never happens, but if it does, we're ready to hammer nails. When people hear the word zombie, several feelings hit them, whether or not you're scared of zombies or whether you think they're a joke. The way that we view zombie is a metaphor for that which we are not ready.
Shooters, approach your stations.
I mean, this is about survival. History has proven time and time again that collapse is always imminent.
Shooters, clear left. Clear right.
Whether an asteroid hits the Earth, the undead rise, a hurricane. I mean, a hurricane left 5,000 people on their rooftops holding signs that said, "Feed me, I'm starving."
Fire when ready. But what it did is it pulled everything out from inside it and blew it out the back. Much like, anyone? A skull? A skull. Oh! All right, who wants to finish her off?
11 wackos with box cutters took over an airplane, well, 3 airplanes, and brought America into an 8-year war. Who was ready for that? Nobody. Nobody's ever ready for the apocalypse. What drives me is the fact that I care about everybody in Zapped and Stud. And I care about my wife more than I've ever cared about anyone. And I care about my son more than I've ever cared about anyone.
Look at Daddy. He's going to show you how to make a fire.
Oh. And they're going to make it through anything.
You gotta have your fire starter, right? There it is. Watch how easy this is.
Because I tell you what, when it hits the fan and everyone else on Earth's back is to the wall and they're begging for help, my family, Stud, and Zapped will rely on no one.
Yeah, we made fire.
Because the most important thing in my life is to ensure his survival.
You gotta be prepared, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fire. That'll keep you alive. Remember, it's shelter, fire, water, food. Right?
I have full confidence that everyone in this group can function autonomously. But because we've come together as a group, because we are training as a group and have trained as a group, our survivability index is so much higher. And we will make it through anything that's thrown at us.
Outside of our home and outside of our group as Zapped, we can't control anything. It's out of our hands. We need to be fully prepared no matter what happens, whether it be zombie outbreak, hurricane, natural disaster, anything that can happen, we need to be prepared because nobody's going to come and do it for us. Nobody's going to come get us from our home and take us to a safe place and feed us and clothe us. So we need to take that responsibility on ourselves.
To those who would call us wackos and those that would call us crazy, you really need to ask yourself before the word wacko leaves your lips, am I really ready for anything? Because it's easy to throw stones and it's easy to say that somebody's crazy because you don't understand them. But what's really hard is to take stock of yourself and ask yourself, am I really ready for anything?
If a zombie defense seems a little out there, it's important to remember that the UN, FEMA, and the Centers for Disease Control all have to deal with potential outbreak scenarios involving diseases causing mass panic, hysteria, and potentially violent behavior. The recent press surrounding the Conficker worm has brought to light the growing threat of botnets, massive clouds of infected computers. It's a plot straight out of Terminator, a massive computer program that starts to take over global networks. It has become too big of a problem for law enforcement to handle alone. We found a group of white hat hackers. These are the good guys who are battling online to prevent the spread of this malicious code. The security and future of the internet as we know it may very well be in the hands of these bot fighters.
Cyber terrorism and cyber warfare has already happened, and it's just going to continue to escalate.
The notion that the U.S. is a big target can't be overstated. There have been massive amounts of sensitive classified data that have been taken out of U.S. computers.
And so now it's just trying to figure out how we stop them or how we prevent the next 9/11 on the internet. 25% of all internet-connected computers are infected with some sort of bot malware. So this is a serious, serious issue. My name is Philip Lynn. I'm Director of Marketing at FireEye. We're a network security company helping to stop cybercrime. A bot is actually a term short for robot, because what happens to an infected computer once it's infected with malware or malicious software is that it can be remotely controlled by this criminal out on the internet. And what we're seeing on the internet is that there's thousands of botnets and in aggregate millions of infected PCs around the world.
One of the things that freaks me out is how many of these malicious pieces of software are out there. Conficker is really just one example. And my name is Johannes Ulrich, and I'm the Chief Technology Officer for the SANS Internet Storm Center. Configure is malicious software. Once it's installed on your system becomes part of this network of infected systems that are under control of this hacker who wrote Configure. 10 to 20 million systems have been infected with this Configure malware. One of the tricky parts about Configure is that it's pretty stealthy. You don't necessarily know that you are infected. You get a USB stick from your friend. Your friend was infected with Configure. You plug that USB stick in your system. Now you're infected with Configure. It's not just home systems got infected. Hospital systems got infected. Government organizations got infected. And those systems are now under control of whoever controls Configure.
This is actually one of the ways that we visualize the botnet problem, because it is such a massive problem. These dots are being added by the minute, by the hour, because there are just new people that are falling victim to this, because you visit the wrong website, you get infected, you're now a blue dot. You're seeing United States compromised bots connect to servers here in Western Europe. And then you've got bots from Europe and the US connecting to servers here in China and Japan. So that means that there are Chinese servers controlling US infected bots. That's really the big danger. The FBI estimated that cybercrime or computer crime costs the United States alone $67.6 billion. So we're talking about a lot of money. I mean, it's at the scale of the drug trade. You've got cartels that grow and purify the drugs and send it through distribution channels through Florida, through Juarez, Texas. You find the same thing in the cybercrime world. You've got people who develop the malware. Once they've developed a very particular effective piece of malware, they sell that piece of malware to all the different people who want to make money. And then the people who break into PCs then sell that PC access to another layer of criminal who wants to send out spam, who wants to steal identities, who wants to compromise and conduct an attack against somebody. We're talking about international crime, digitally, electronically, very difficult to trace, if it's even possible.
I've hacked into people's computers before. I've seen them type a lot of personal things, even credit card numbers, social security numbers, addresses, everything. My name is Red Fox. I'm a 21-year-old accounting student, future CPA, and at night I'm a hacker. I program for people. I create custom programs that are meant to hack into other people's computers. Mainly get passwords, people's passwords. I don't use their personal information, but it's there. Sad thing is they don't know it.
Coming up.
Nothing can stop us. If there's a computer, we're gonna hack it. The main reason I code is for learning, and I guess anytime someone tells me, they need something that's out of the ordinary, I like the challenge of it, I like to be the person that created it.
Hackers can be involved in illegal activity. They can be involved in very legitimate behaviors. It just depends on where their particular ethics lie. My name is Dr. Thomas Holt. I'm an assistant professor in the School of Criminal Justice at Michigan State University. My specialty is computer crime, cybercrime, and internet-based deviance. The people who create malicious software are diverse. There are some that do it purely because they enjoy programming. It's something that they love to do, and they feel that it's something that they have a lot of skill at, and therefore they do it. The ones who are writing malicious code and possibly selling it are motivated by the knowledge that they can generate a profit, a significant profit in some cases. The interests and the justifications are just dependent on the person.
I can technically go to jail for creating a program if its purpose is to hack into someone's computer, because that's illegal. My programs are mainly meant for network monitoring. It's just what the purchaser chooses to do with it that makes it illegal. I mean, I make the programs, that's, you can't trace that. Who makes the programs? You can trace the name, obviously, but, it's hard to find me.
Cybercrime is really a very global, distributed, and difficult threat to tackle for a single entity like law enforcement, government, and such, or a single company. The Internet Storm Center is a group of individual volunteers We're spread around the world. Everybody works from home or from their offices. And what we really do is we try to track these threats. We basically coordinate a neighborhood watch. Like you would tell a neighbor, hey, I saw this odd car parked across the street. So now you're saying, hey, I saw this odd piece of software show up in my network. Then you can discuss amongst each other what to do about it.
If we look at cyber warfare and cyber terrorism, it's something that definitely can happen today. And given the tools and technologies that the cyber criminals have, it will happen.
Nothing can stop us, if there's a computer, we're gonna hack it.
As of this report, Microsoft is offering a $250,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the creator of Configure. Meanwhile, the worm has continued to update and evolve to new threats. I'll see you next time on The Underground. I'm Morgan Webb.